Can anyone speak to the importance of President Obama lifting the HIV travel ban on athletes who will be coming to this country?
Michael? Doug?
Well,
Yeah, I think that was something that we experienced earlier in the 2006 Gay Games. To be able to have that lifted will be a great help. I think the other thing that is important is also the Matthew Shepard Act passing last week as well, to make sure that the police force and everybody is aware that hate crimes are no longer allowed in this country and will not be tolerated. And so I think both sides of the House are in support of that, and to be able to have that, because it is all about inclusion, no matter what your status is, to be able to have HIV-positive participants here will be an inherent part of our games as well.
And to that end, I really want to make sure that you understand that the Metro Health has come on board from the very beginning through Dr. Alfred Connors, that they are actually going to be creating an emergency trauma unit in the emergency room to support the Gay Games participants. The site selection inspectors toured the entire hospital, also witnessed a helicopter come in. And so with them and also with our friends from Nova Care, we're going to be providing the best medical treatment that any athlete actually is going to be getting from past Gay Games, because they've all come on board to do this, to support us in this endeavor. And they will ultimately also be able to offer, in case someone does come to the States and they forgot their medicine, the ability to provide medicine for them as well.
Just to follow up, Michael Murphy, we're on the stage where Joe Cimperman from HRC spoke a few months ago. Last week, General Casey, who's suggested that Don't Ask, Don't Tell can be lifted. Doug, Dirk, Sharon, Michael, you've all alluded to the fact that this brings about change. Well, Cleveland was picked above Boston and Washington, which seem to be, in some people's eyes, not ours, but maybe in a different place than we are with respect to human rights issues. Basically, what is this going to do for Ohio and for Cleveland?
I think one of the reasons that Cleveland and Akron were selected is because by choosing this region of the country, you are choosing to affect real change. I think if you think about the Midwest as the heartland, if we can, over the next 5 years, broaden the understanding of the LGBT community, broaden not just the acceptance of our community, but the inclusion of our community, there will be no question in 2014 that our Cleveland community is not white or black or gay or straight. It's just going to be home. It's going to be home for everybody, and I think that change has really already started.
And don't misunderstand anything, because we put together a 416-page document that was a business plan with a budget. We came in there with sound judgments because we collaborated with many of you. This was passion driven by us. It was desire to bring change to Cleveland, but you helped assist that. You made it possible for us to not be afraid to say the word gay in public. And now what we're doing is we're bringing the largest economic benefit to Cleveland in a very long period of time, coupled with the fact that we're going to be able to probably gamble pretty soon too. So that'd be a great chance. So try to imagine at a casino, the Gay Games, and wow, Cleveland's like right there on the top of the map. So.
But to Doug's point, the fact that you're all here having either Alfredo or taco salad and hearing about the Gay Games is another milestone.
It is. Absolutely.
It's great. And it was good Alfredo. I don't know who had that.
And also part of our plan leading up to 2014 is also to have all these other tournaments for golf, for softball, for the rodeo down in Summit County, so that the community will have experience, so that when it does come to 2014, we'll have it down pat and we will be pros at it. So.
And we believe that will help market the community, but not saturate the games themselves, because the message was, why Cleveland? We delivered that message to the Federation and to our sister cities in Cologne. Now we need to deliver that message continuously by attracting people to come into Cleveland. So if they come here for a golf tournament in 2011, they're going to come back in 2014 because we're going to be superior at this. And I want all of you golfers to try to imagine Firestone Country Club. I sat on the 16th hole of the Monster, and I thought to myself, I can't believe this is going to be a bunch of queers playing volleyball.
Playing golf.
Golf.
No, well, I would play volleyball. Sorry, I play golf. But anyways, I didn't use that word just to be more encompassing. But this also means that you can play there as well.
I just didn't want people playing volleyball.
Well, I love playing volleyball.
I just have a quick question. I want you to kind of emphasize on why it's important to purchase goods and services from Northeast Ohio, and that respect?
Well, I'll answer that question. We're in an economic downturn. But we put together a very tight budget. We put together people who believed in this process. And we also could know that if we could deliver the message to all of you who are business owners, who are entrepreneurs, or who run foundations, that if all of our goods and services come from our region, everybody benefits. It's not about sexual orientation. It's simply about a good strategy. Because in turn, if you then benefit from it, so does your employees, so do your staff, so does your family. It maintains the renaissance desire we have in changing the perception that people have about Cleveland. And make no mistake about it, we do not tolerate anybody from our community in Cleveland or Akron being our own worst enemies. That will stop. Because you have to believe in this city, you have to believe in Akron, because this happened. We believed in it, so now we're asking you to believe in it as well.
To go back quickly to your question, though, if you do purchase goods and services, part of that money will hopefully go into our scholarship fund. So people who have been unable in the past to fiscally afford to come to the gay games from South Africa or from Asia or from South America will be able to, from the Cleveland Synergy Foundation and our two sister cities, receive a scholarship to come here as well.
There's two things I want to mention, and then I'll be done talking, because otherwise I'll stay here all night long. This is historical also. In Whistler, there will be the very first Pride House where the Winter Olympics will be held. They actually will have a GLBT Pride House where gay and lesbian athletes can go. And this speaks volumes about how the nation is looking at the athletic movement within the GLBT community. And it's historical for us to be able to have that opportunity that we plan on going there and marketing the games as well.
Thank you. We have been joined today by our friends from the Positively Cleveland, Sharon Gronowski, Fleischman Hilliard, Mr. Michael Murphy, the Akron Convention Visitors Bureau, Dirk Breiding, and Doug Anderson, one of the founders of Synergy. As we welcome the Gay Games to Cleveland in 2014, we've also been joined by a phenomenal region of Cleveland plus Akron, in a place that brought Jesse Owens to a world stage, in a time and a place where he spoke to social injustice, with his athletic prowess, the fact that he hailed from East 55th and Central, a city and a region that nominated and elected its first African-American mayor in any major metropolitan city in Carl Stokes. And today, and 236 weeks from today, Cleveland and Akron will set the stage again for human rights. Thank you for joining us.
And thank you to our moderator, Joe Cimperman. And Joe, thank you for all the work that you've done on behalf of the city and particularly this effort. This forum is now adjourned.